What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Bonus Round. This one is actually extremely special because we are here down at Xbox E3 2016 at the Galen Center in Los Angeles. There is so many crazy things that have happened today. Earlier today, we had a nice briefing that Xbox had put together where they really unveiled a whole bunch of their new upcoming things that they're going to be unveiling in 2016, 2017 with their new Xbox, their new Scorpio, their new tons of games that just were blown up out of their water. And let me tell you, speaking of water, there's one game that popped up. I just played it down here at this awesome little expo that we're having with all these new games they have available for us to play. They are so fun. Sea of Thieves. Let me tell you, I played it. It had me rolling on the floor with laughter for at least 10 minutes. It is so much fun. But anyway, we're going to get down there, interview some people, see what's happening, see what the buzz is, see what people are talking about, what their favorite game is so far here. Let's go check it out, shall we? So over here to my right, we have probably one of the weirder games that I saw this year so far at the briefing earlier, but it is one of the most interesting in my mind. This kind of reminds me a little bit of a Bioshock-esque type of feel, and Compulsion Games over here made a really just artistic look to their characters with their weird masks, and it opens up in the office and you seem like a really stressed guy who starts having these visions, and then he refuses to take a pill, which I'm assuming in this game it means that the society is built around these pills. But it's really strange once he starts his diet and they all turn on him and you see him turn and they all get really angry at him. It's really a bizarre game, but I was super stoked to see it. This is kind of another gem of creativity that Compulsion Games is coming out with, and I am so excited to be able to play it. That's behind me. This gentleman's playing it right now. Oh, he's in like a little menu. If we fast forward in the game during the briefing, we saw a pretty intense little scene that got us all on the edge of our seats. It was a chase scene, and then the guy got pretty much the shit beat out of him. But it was kind of cool to see how angry people just turned really fast. I'm really excited to see what that game brings to the table. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on, see what else we got. So right behind me, as I said earlier, Sea of Thieves. I sat down and I played this game for 10 minutes. It was the most hilarious game I've played in a long time. Right when I sat down, you start on this deserted island, and all your buddies around the island start to jump on this ship, which incorporates you also finding other ships that are traveling around the waters, and you just start to battle. Like, look at this, look at this. They're already shooting at each other. This game just started, and there's another ship. So it's what in my eyes, an open world on the ocean, just kind of Pirates of the Caribbean-esque battle scenarios with just ridiculous characters running around with their accordions, their cups of beer, and their wooden planks to try to fix the holes down below as they're blasting the sides of your hull. It is such a trip. And as you can see, 2, 4, 5 people on this side, and there's actually 5 people on the other side playing against these people. So it is a 10-player game. We can assume maybe there is more once the actual game comes out, but right now we do have 10 people playing this game right here. This is a cool part. Everybody huddling around the anchor bay. It's a very, very team-oriented game from what I can tell, but at the same time, you might have your drunkard sitting on the deck drinking his beer as you're getting shot at and blown at. It is so freaking funny. I was rolling on the floor laughing, and this guy's already sinking. They already sank a ship. Oh my... So that just got blown out of the water. This game, full of fun. Highly recommend buying it. It was so good to watch. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. We still have so many games to cover, so let's see what else is going on. I have Joe with me, executive producer of Sea of Thieves, and what brought you to bring this game to life? I mean, I know it kind of reminds me a little bit of Pirates of the Caribbean on the original Xbox 360. One of my favorite games. Why this game is over the top ridiculous and fun to play. Couldn't stop laughing. What made you think of this game?
So our original vision was all about getting a kind of small group of players together and creating a cooperative experience, but that also had room for kind of competition. And even before we landed on Pirates, we really wanted this because we thought the kind of interactions that you have with other players are what makes like what we call a shared world game so special, because you get these really unexpected and emergent occurrences based on like players kind of setting their own roles and goals and then their interactions with other players. And so when we were looking at like how could we bring this to life? It was like, what better way to bring a small group of players together in a cooperative way than on a pirate ship, but then with that added level of kind of competition with other players in the world too. But we also, it was really important for us that it was a kind of theme that players naturally understood what to do, right?
You know, and that's exactly what I realized. The second that we had holes starting being blown in the hole, one guy was screaming downstairs, "We have water coming in fast, guys, get down here." And that just, hearing people yell over the comms was the most fun part about this, and you definitely need comms for this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the primary way to play. We know that we want to provide an alternate way for maybe people who aren't comfortable with that, or for maybe people who have a hearing or a speech disability. We want gaming for everyone's a big push for us. But we think there is something really special about kind of using that method, right? But I've lost track of what I was.
No, that's okay. Like I said, man, it was so fun. 10 minutes of playing this, instantly hooked. I know I'm going to buy it. Okay. How big is this open world, though? I'm wondering, because I know people are just floating around this small area, killing each other right away. Yeah. What can we expect from size?
Yeah, so this is a slither of the experience. Like we would, and it's. This kind of game is one that you tend to play for hours, right? And so it's really hard to create a show floor kind of experience where we can rotate a crew in every 15, 20 minutes. So carefully crafted to show off what's the core, unique co-op experience of the game. And some of the fun tonal things, like the instruments, I don't know if you got to play with those, the musical instruments, they kind of, I don't know if you play with those, and if you're playing one and someone else is playing one, they actually sync together.
I noticed that a song started playing, and then I was like, "Oh my, this is great!" And then the cup of beer or the cup of ale, as it were.
Yeah. But then if you look at our cinematic trailer from E3, so we had the 2 videos that we showed, right? And the cinematic one is really our vision of what's to come, and so. Like, if you look through there, that kind of shows all of the key pirate tropes of exploring the world, seeking treasure, like the creatures that are going to be within that world, both above and below the sea. So along with that core cooperative experience you've seen there, but like, you will be living that pirate life. And honestly, when I say we picked the theme and we wanted players to just naturally understand, we don't really want loads of convoluted tutorials, because you just kind of get in there and there's a ship and you're like, well, how do we get it going? And you're like, well, I guess we'll raise the anchor and then maybe we bring the sails down. And it's like everybody just gets it, right? Because you kind of understand, and then you understand like what's the thing that's going to most appeal to you in a pirate game. Is it just going to be exploring? Is it going to be the social part of the game, right? Just messing around with your friends? Or is it going to be just going out there and hunting down other crews? But like that's entirely up to the players, and so but all of that stuff's possible. But I think so one final point that I really want to land. So like our vision for this, like we call it a shared world adventure game, right? And so the acronym for that is a SWAG, which is just swag. Yeah. But what we mean by that is, like, when you see a set of sails on the horizon, like, the only thing you're going to know is that that's another set of players, right? And you don't really know what their what their goals are and what they want, right? And we don't want to be a game that you only ever battle other crews. We want there to be times when maybe you want to parlay, maybe you want to trade, maybe you want to team up with them against something else. But there's always the chance that could go wrong, right? Because that's the pirate world, that's the pirate life. That there was that, it's that trust, but that potential for betrayal. But we want it to be so in your team, in your crew, it's fully co-operative, it's all shared goals, shared stuff, so that bond is super strong. But then there's the risk of the interactions with other crews and of what they want. But I always, I want to be looking out the crow's nest with my telescope, and then you're looking to see what kind of sails they've got or what flag they're flying, and like trying to signify their intent and knowing they're going to be doing the same.
Okay, so yeah, you just brought up a great point though. So the ships are customizable. Different sails, you said?
So yeah, there will be a level of customization, both cosmetic and functional. And so, like, let's say I've got my ship, right, and I've kitted it out, and I've got some cannons that you've never played with. But then if you were to play on my ship, you'll be like, oh wow, he's decked it out like this, and I can use this. Maybe I want to get that for mine. And so I love that kind of shared learning, like shared features and stuff between players. So there's reasons to sail your own ship, but reasons to sail on others.
It's amazing, man. I mean, just from this conversation, I know there's more to behold. I mean, I barely was able to explore the islands, and I'm sure there's island time, there's sea time, there's everything in the middle, customizable time. So I'm really excited. This is an instant purchase for me. I highly recommend this to anybody. This is Joe, executive producer of Sea of Thieves. Thank you so much, Joe.
No worries, man. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, guys. So that was it for this Xbox E3 event. It was so much fun. We spoke with Joe, the executive producer of Sea of Thieves, who was a great guy. He's building some wonderful, wonderful gameplay on that Sea of Thieves game. This is where it's at. This is life right now for us gamers. We will miss it when it's over, but we have a whole week ahead of us, so we're excited to be a part of it. So until next time, guys, we'll see you. This is Zach Johnson, Bonus Around TV, and let's have some fun.